Today, we pull back the curtain on Emma Johnston's secret world. We'll reveal the story of a hidden romance, a secret marriage, and a clandestine room date that served as the backdrop for the biggest bombshell of all. And we will finally confirm the news that the Johnston family has been guarding with everything they have. Emma Johnston is pregnant and is about to start a family of her own. Stay with us as we piece together the puzzle, clue by clue. Hello everyone, your number one source for the stories behind the screen. Before we dive deep into this incredible story, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Now, let's begin. Our story starts where every good mystery does, with the breadcrumbs. The small, almost insignificant moments that, when pieced together, reveal a stunning truth. For months, die-hard fans of Seven Little Johnstons have been flooding forums and social media with a singular question. What is going on with Emma? The speculation began around 9 months ago. On the surface, everything seemed normal. Emma was still running her popular online shop, Emma's Rings and Things, and she was featured on the show alongside her siblings. But the astute viewer noticed a shift, a change in her demeanor. The bubbly, though sometimes reserved, young woman we knew seemed preoccupied, distracted. Let's look at the evidence. Emma, who was once quite active, started posting less frequently. When she did post, the photos were different. Gone were the many full-body shots. They were replaced by close-ups of her face, photos of her jewelry, or pictures where she was conveniently sitting behind a table, holding a large purse, or wearing exceptionally baggy clothing. At the time, fans chalked it up to a new fashion phase, a comfy core aesthetic. But look closer. In a post from approximately 6 months ago, a selfie taken in her car, eagle-eyed fans spotted something in the reflection of her sunglasses. It was faint, but unmistakable. The silhouette of a man's head in the passenger seat. The post was deleted within an hour, but not before screenshots were taken. Who was this mystery man? The speculation went wild. Was it a friend? A cousin? Or something more? Her behavior on the show. Let's rewind to the most recent season. Remember the episode where the family was planning their summer vacation? The family was gathered in the living room, excitedly throwing out ideas. Trent was suggesting a rustic camping trip. Amber was pushing for a historical tour. But Emma, she was silent. See that? The disinterest? The detachment? At the time, it was edited to look like typical teenage apathy, but we now know the truth. Her mind wasn't on family vacations, it was on her secret life. Our source, who has requested to remain anonymous to protect their relationship with the family, confirms that during the filming of that very scene, Emma was in the middle of a text conversation, hidden on her lap, with her secret partner. This brings us to the central figure in this entire story, the man who captured Emma's heart and has remained a complete ghost to the public. Until now. His name is Lucas. So who is Lucas? And how did he and Emma manage a relationship completely under the radar of a reality TV production? Our investigation reveals that Lucas is not a public figure. He is a 24-year-old graphic designer from Ohio. And, like Emma, he is also a little person. Our source tells us they didn't meet in a conventional way. There was no grand, on-camera setup by Trent and Amber. They met online. But not through a typical dating app. They met through a private, invitation-only social network for members of the Little People of America community. It was a space designed for friendship and support, away from the prying eyes of the public. For Emma, who has lived her entire life in the spotlight, this was a haven. She could be herself, without the Emma from Seven Little Johnstons label. She and Lucas started talking as friends. They'd bonded over shared experiences, the unique challenges of navigating a world not built for them, and a mutual love for art and design, his graphic design and her jewelry making. The friendship quickly blossomed into something more. The late-night text turned into hours-long video calls. They would talk until the sun came up, sharing dreams and secrets they'd never told anyone else. Lucas, our source says, was drawn to Emma's quiet strength and creativity. And Emma, for the first time, felt seen for who she was, not for her family's fame. She was in love. Keeping this relationship a secret was a monumental task. The Johnston household is a busy one, and the presence of a film crew adds another layer of complexity. So, they became masters of stealth. Their first ever meeting in person was meticulously planned. Emma told her parents she was going to a weekend jewelry-making workshop 2 states away. The workshop was real, but it was just a cover. After attending the first day of the workshop to maintain her story, she spent the rest of the weekend with Lucas, who had driven down to meet her. Our source describes this first meeting as instant fireworks. The connection they had built online was even more powerful in person. They were inseparable from that moment on. But why the secrecy? Why not just tell Trent and Amber? Our source explains that it was Emma's choice and hers alone. She had seen the pressure her siblings faced when their relationships were made public and part of the show's storyline. She saw the public scrutiny, the online comments, the unsolicited opinions. She wanted, for once in her life, to have something that was just hers. Her relationship with Lucas was precious, and she wanted to protect it from the world and from the machine of reality television. This led to a secret long-distance relationship that lasted for over a year. They used private messaging apps, spoke in code, and planned clandestine meetings whenever they could. Lucas would sometimes drive hours just to spend a few precious, secret moments with Emma when the film crew was off for the day. It was a romance straight out of a movie. But secrets have a way of getting heavier over time. And their secret was about to get a whole lot bigger. The couple knew they couldn't maintain a long-distance relationship forever. They were deeply in love and wanted to build a future together. So they made a decision. A massive, life-altering decision that they, once again, kept completely to themselves. Approximately 7 months ago, during a secret weekend trip to a small town in North Carolina, Emma Johnston and Lucas got married. You heard that right. A secret marriage. There was no big ceremony, no white dress, no family members in attendance. It was just the two of them and a justice of the peace in a small, quiet courthouse. They exchanged simple vows and promised each other forever, far away from any camera or producer. Emma Johnston became Emma Miller, a married woman, and no one in her public life had a clue. She continued to live at home, continued to film the show, all while harboring the most incredible secret. Her husband, Lucas, had at this point quietly relocated for his job, moving to the Atlanta area to be closer to her, though he maintained his own residence. They were closing the distance, preparing for the day their secret would finally be revealed. The weight of this secret, as you can imagine, was immense. Emma was leading a double life. By day, she was the single daughter on 7 little Johnstons. By night, she was a wife, secretly meeting her husband whenever she could sneak away. This brings us to the pivotal moment in our story, the event that set the final reveal in motion. We call it the secret room date. About 3 months ago, Emma did something that seemed out of character, but she managed to explain it away to her family. She used a significant portion of her earnings from her jewelry business to rent a small, 1-bedroom apartment in a town about 40 minutes from the Johnston home. To Trent and Amber, she sold it as a creative studio, a dedicated space to expand her business, store her inventory, and have a quiet place to work on her designs without the chaos of the family home. It made perfect sense. Emma was an entrepreneur, and this was a logical next step. They were proud of her ambition and supported it. They had no idea it was a ruse. This apartment wasn't a studio. It was her and Lucas's first home. It was their sanctuary, the one place on earth they could be husband and wife without fear of being discovered. Our source has provided us with a detailed account of one specific night in that apartment. A night Lucas and Emma planned as a special room date to celebrate an important milestone. This was no ordinary date night. This was the night they were going to talk about their future, a future that was about to arrive much sooner than they had planned. The apartment was small, but Emma had filled it with personal touches. Her own artwork hung on the walls. The air smelled of vanilla candles. Soft indie music played from a small Bluetooth speaker on the kitchen counter. Lucas arrived after work, holding a single rose. Emma greeted him at the door, and for a moment, they were just a normal young married couple, shutting out the world. They cooked dinner together, a simple pasta dish. They laughed and talked, their conversation easy and familiar. But underneath the surface, there was a palpable sense of anticipation. Something important was on their minds. After dinner, they sat on the small couch they had picked out together. Lucas took her hands. Our source relays the conversation almost verbatim. Emma says, "It is. It's my favorite place on earth, because it's where I get to be with you." Lucas says, "But I was also thinking, it's a little small, especially for, for what's next." Emma grew quiet. She looked down at their joined hands, then moved one of her hands and placed it gently, almost unconsciously, on her lower abdomen. It was a fleeting gesture, but it held all the meaning in the world. "Emma, are you scared, Lucas?" Lucas, "Scared? No. Not if I'm with you." "A little terrified?" "Absolutely." He gave a small laugh, trying to lighten the mood. "It's just, everything is going to change, Em. For us. For your family. The secret, we can't keep it for much longer." "Emma, I know. It's getting harder to hide. Harder to hide." That was the understatement of the year. Because the milestone they were celebrating, the reason for this intimate room date, was this: Emma was pregnant. At that point, she was approximately 12 weeks along. Their secret love had created a new secret. The biggest one of all. A baby was on the way. The baggy clothes, the fatigue she'd blame on her busy schedule, the stomach bugs she occasionally mentioned to her mom, it all clicked into place. Emma Johnston was experiencing the first trimester of pregnancy, right under her family's noses and in front of a national television audience. The conversation that night, our source reveals, was about how and when they would finally tell the world. Or, more importantly, how they would tell Trent and Amber. Emma was terrified. Not because she thought they would be angry, but because she had kept such a monumental part of her life from them. She had gotten married and was starting a family, and the two people who meant the most to her in the world had no idea. The guilt, our source says, was eating her alive. The decision was made. They would tell Trent and Amber within the next few weeks. But as fate would have it, the decision was taken out of their hands. Life inside the Johnston home is rarely private, and mothers have a sixth sense. Amber Johnston is no exception. She had been growing increasingly concerned about Emma. She noticed her daughter was perpetually exhausted. She saw that she was barely eating some of her favorite foods. Amber, having been through 5 pregnancies herself, recognized the signs. But she couldn't wrap her head around it. How could it be possible? Emma was single, living at home. The tipping point came one afternoon when Amber went to visit Emma's studio apartment, planning to surprise her with lunch. She let herself in with the spare key Emma had given her, but she didn't find Emma working on jewelry. Instead, she found a room that looked less like a workshop and more like a home. There were men's clothes in an open closet, a shaving kit on the bathroom sink, and on the bedside table, a framed photo, turned face down. Amber's heart pounded. She picked up the frame and turned it over. It was a picture of Emma and a young man she had never seen before, smiling, looking blissfully happy. They were both wearing simple gold bands on their left hands. The secret was out. Our source describes the scene that followed as intensely emotional. Amber didn't get angry. Instead, her maternal instincts took over. She sat and waited for Emma to come home. When Emma walked in and saw her mother sitting there, holding the photo, her face went pale. The entire year-long secret came tumbling out. The online romance, the secret meetings, the courthouse wedding. And finally, through tears, Emma confessed the biggest news of all. "Mom, I'm pregnant." Amber's reaction, our source says, was one of shock, hurt, and ultimately, overwhelming love. She was hurt that Emma felt she couldn't share her life with her. But she understood her daughter's desire for privacy. But above all, she was a mother about to become a grandmother. She hugged her daughter, and they cried together for a long time. The fear Emma had been carrying for months finally melted away. Telling Trent was the next hurdle. Trent, the protective father, had a harder time with the secrecy. He felt blindsided. The idea that his daughter had gotten married without him knowing was a tough pill to swallow. There was a tense, off-camera family meeting involving Trent, Amber, Emma, and Lucas, who Emma finally brought home to meet her parents officially as her husband. It was a difficult conversation, full of raw emotion. But as Trent listened to their story, as he saw the genuine love between his daughter and Lucas, and as the reality of a new grandchild began to sink in, his protective instincts softened into acceptance. The Johnstons are a family that sticks together, and they were not about to let a secret, no matter how big, break their bond. They were going to rally around Emma and Lucas. So where does that leave us now? As of this recording, Emma Johnston is well into her third trimester. Our source confirms she is approximately 34 weeks pregnant and is due to give birth in late summer. The family, along with the show's producers, have been in overdrive trying to figure out how to navigate this shocking turn of events. The secret has been masterfully kept for the last few months. Emma has essentially been in hiding, with her social media going almost completely dark, save for a few carefully selected old photos or posts about her business. The family has closed ranks around her, protecting her privacy as she prepares for motherhood. This raises so many questions about the future of 7 little Johnstons. Will Lucas be introduced on the show? He is, by all accounts, a private person who never sought the spotlight. Will he be willing to step into the world of reality TV for his wife and child? Will the birth of Emma's baby be a central storyline in the upcoming season? It's the kind of real-life drama that producers dream of, but it all depends on what Emma and Lucas are comfortable with. The dynamics of the entire show are about to shift. We are about to see a whole new side of the Johnston family, Trent and Amber as grandparents, and Emma as a mother. What we can confirm is this: Emma is healthy and, according to our source, incredibly excited. After months of fear and secrecy, she is finally able to embrace her new life with the full support of her family. She and Lucas have moved into a larger home together, preparing the nursery, and getting ready to welcome their first child. It is a story of love against the odds. A story of a young woman's fight for a private life in the most public of circumstances. Emma Johnston, the quiet girl with a creative soul, secretly built the life of her dreams. She found love, she got married, and she is about to become a mother. It's a testament to her strength and determination. And while the reveal may be a shock to fans, it's ultimately a beautiful new chapter for a family we've all come to love. We at Reality Unveiled want to extend our heartfelt congratulations to Emma and Lucas and the entire Johnston family. We cannot wait to meet the newest and littlest Johnston. What an incredible story! We are still reeling from this revelation. What do you think? Are you shocked by this news? Did you suspect something was going on with Emma all along? Let us know all your thoughts and theories in the comments section below. More update. Emma shows support for Anna, exposes Mom Amber's dirty plans to keep them apart. But why? And Emma and her family talk prom after she makes a bold date decision in exclusive sneak peek. 7 little Johnstons turned into a mean girls convention. I will explain everything. Never miss this video. Before going to the main topic, I would like to say, like this video and please subscribe to the channel. Emma shows support for Anna, exposes Mom Amber's dirty plans to keep them apart. But why? Somehow, Emma and Anna have managed to keep in contact. There was also a live session when the former exposed her mom, Amber, to her naughty schemes. Fans have been perplexed by the 7 little Johnstons' real dynamics for months. Lots of times on the internet, Anna blasted Amber, but she never implicated Emma and tried to hide her own shortcomings. Several times while on the internet, Emma even made fun of her sister. It has been noted by fans that the sisters have maintained consistent communication despite the numerous family issues. The whole time, Amber has been trying to remain out of the spotlight. Details regarding her dynamics with Anna and the family issues are practically non-existent in her conversations. Was Emma the one who revealed Amber? Just what did she disclose? To what extent is her mother involved in this? The way Emma Johnston acted on social media baffled viewers. She often took to social media in an effort to elicit compassion from viewers by acting out her sobs. In fact, during a live session, the Seven Little Johnstons actress slandered her sister. According to Emma, Anna has recently ceased acting like her sister. She went so far as to state that the second person has had an erratic relationship with her partner. The reality TV star's remarks were so heavily criticized by fans. The public outcry prompted Emma to offer an apology. She felt terrible guilt for her cruel words and actions toward her sister. Fans were taken aback, though, when Anna seemed to support her sister. "I love you and I will always love you. You are my sisters forever," she exclaimed. The audience was astounded by Anna's apparent ease in forgiving her and her outpouring of affection for Emma. The strange and controversial things that Emma Johnston did on social media really irritated her supporters. Several times, she threw shade at Anna and became really rude. The second sister, though, never once grumbled about the first. When the sisters went live on TikTok together, fans were taken aback. When Anna joined Emma on live, Emma asked that viewers not take screenshots. Nonetheless, a Reddit user discussed the most recent development in the sisters' dynamic by sharing the screenshot. What transpired during the session was actually revealed by a number of supporters. One of the viewers wanted to know if it was okay for the siblings to meet. To everyone's surprise, Emma declined and explained that Amber forbids their meeting. Following this, Emma said, "We have to see each other again, like the last time," while grinning, according to one fan. The user was curious as to whether or not Anna and Emma were secretly meeting. Many of Little Johnston's viewers were disappointed and saddened by the show. They were very critical of Amber's parenting skills. A lot of people were curious about her reaction when they found out her siblings lived together, which revealed her reality. Audiences think Amber is to blame for everything and uses her influence over her family to distance herself from Anna. Anna repeatedly trash-talked her mom and flat-out refused to engage with them during the months. She didn't even bother to wish her a happy Mother's Day or spend the day with her. The reality TV star opted to spend the day with the family of a friend instead. The audience now thinks Emma has grown up and is fighting for her sister and herself. For more details about Amber's toxic personality, make sure to check back with TV season and spoilers. Emma Johnston shares the first man she ever loved, but why? The year Emma Johnston turned 16 is significant because her father Trent has forbidden her from dating until she reaches that age. When the star of Seven Little Johnstons and her friend Luca appeared overly interested in each other, she became slightly worried. That was shown to viewers in 2020. You would be mistaken if you assumed that Luca was the first man she had ever loved. Her dad gave his blessing after she posted about it on Instagram this week. When Emma Johnston's admirers tune in to TLC next Tuesday for the premiere of the new season, they won't be disappointed. At the same time, Emma's constant stream of social media messages entertains her fans. The well-liked TLC personality opens up about her life and the lives of her loved ones. She recently posted a hilarious video of Trent's yard snake discovery. It was quite unpleasant since it peed on her. She was so embarrassed that her fans couldn't stop laughing. However, the snake posed no threat to her safety. They probably released it later on. Emma Johnston has held a fan vote for her haircut before. The fact that it's participatory makes it very appealing to fans. Just 5 days ago, she celebrated her sister's birthday by posting a few images of the two of them. No, her birthday is still a ways off. When November rolls around, her admirers will undoubtedly see the celebrations she and her adopted brother Alex throw. She then went on to describe her first love. Additionally, Trent appeared in the comments section. Emma Johnston posted a family portrait featuring her sister and dad Trent on Tuesday. She added, "To my dad?" to the caption. The reality TV personality continued by praising him for always caring about her sisters and herself. She continued by telling him in a very tender tone, "You will always be the first man I ever loved." Trent and Amber took her in as their own, so he must be feeling incredibly moved. She continued by saying, "The first hand I ever held, and my one and only daddy-o." Proceeding, she informed her father that she doesn't always say it, "But you are fantastic. Your favorite kid," she mentioned in the final line. Emma Johnston's shout-out was clearly appreciated by Trent. His response was, "I love you, kiddo." The response and the post really touched one TLC fan. "It made me sad. Those girls are so fortunate to have their daddies," they said. "His departure was about 15 years ago, and I still mourn him terribly. May you be blessed." The untold truth of 7 Little Johnstons star Emma Johnston. Viewers of TLC tend to develop strong feelings for the families featured on the channel. Many families have been a source of joy and sorrow throughout the years. One of the most adored of those families is the one from 7 Little Johnstons. The show chronicles the Johnston family, Amber, Trent, and their 5 children, who all have achondroplasia dwarfism, as reported by ABC News. After adopting 3 children, Alex, Emma, and Jonah, Amber and Trent welcomed 2 more children, Elizabeth and Jonah, into their home. The Johnston family has a youngest member named Emma. Her adoption came when she was 5 years old, from China. "She fit right in as soon as we got home," Amber told People on Emma's adoption, adding that she had a meltdown as they left the orphanage. It would appear that Emma Johnston is a lively and carefree young lady, but she has found it difficult to show it when she is around people who aren't relatives. Viewers have witnessed Emma gaining confidence and striking out on her own. According to Us Weekly, in 2020, her mother, Amber Johnston, took her to a speech therapist in an effort to boost her confidence for a fun summer job. Emma discovered she has a neurological speech issue while working with the speech therapist. "When I take an eternity to respond," Emma says to the cameras during a session, "I know what I want to say, but I just don't know what the right word is," via the newspaper. Substituting for her sister Anna as a camp counselor during the summer gave her the opportunity to put her new abilities to the test. According to her Instagram, Emma began her virtual high school experience at the end of summer. Emma enjoys learning the latest TikTok dances, as any high schooler would. Emma Johnston manages to juggle her academic responsibilities, star in a hit reality show with her family, and run a thriving Etsy business selling her unique handcrafted jewelry. As of this writing, Rings and Things has amassed over 56,000 followers on Instagram and a plethora of 5-star reviews. Customers have raved about the great quality of Emma's products and her helpfulness when they encountered small concerns, leading to more than 1,300 transactions to date. In person, these earrings are far more awesome. They are loved by me. One reviewer couldn't wait to show off their earrings, while another raved about them, saying, "Love, love, love my earrings I purchased. I will definitely be buying more." According to Reality Tippet, Emma could have made more than $45,000 from her side gig thus far if her average rates are $40 for each statement piece. Anna, who runs an even more successful jewelry store on Etsy called Fizz for Passion, is rapidly falling behind her sister Emma. The main family of 7 Little Johnstons has been followed by viewers for a long period, through many hardships. In 2018, a photo of Emma Johnston taken after cheering practice was shared on the show's official Twitter account, adding to the extensive online coverage of her passion for the sport. According to Mio, Emma was pleasantly surprised and delighted to be named co-captain after serving on the squad for approximately a year and making a great impression on everyone. Emma thought she was too timid to help with team leadership at first, but her instructors saw beyond her timidity. but the reality star had to put her dreams on hold in 2022. According to Showbiz Army, fans wanted to know if Emma cheered again that school year during an Instagram Q&A session. In the same photo where she appears dejected and gives the thumbs down, she denied it. It would be too much to explain why Emma had to walk away from cheering, but she still genuinely enjoys it, as Emma stated again. Many viewers questioned if Emma wanted to put more emphasis on her schoolwork or if she was just too busy filming the show. Season 8 revealed that Emma Johnston was dealing with more than fans had previously thought, and she isn't the kind to back down from a task. During an episode of 7 Little Johnstons that aired in Season 8, Distractify revealed that Emma's elder sister Elizabeth, who is pursuing a career in nursing, was given permission to administer Emma's medication, revealing that she was covertly fighting an autoimmune disease. Emma has been receiving injections for a few years now. She was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, parent Amber Johnston said. Elizabeth administered Emma's shot with grace and precision, allaying Emma's fears. Whatever this autoimmune disease is, type 1 diabetes, lupus, or something else entirely, Emma is handling it with the same grace with which she has handled everything else in her life. Plus, the driven adolescent isn't going down anyhow. Although many children would relish the opportunity to have their own reality program showcasing their family, Emma Johnston prefers to keep the Johnstons' popularity apart from her ordinary, everyday existence. The owner of an Etsy shop reportedly reasoned that fans would learn all about their family's travels when the show chronicled them, so she refused to answer queries about their whereabouts during an Instagram Q&A session, TV shows Ace. Furthermore, the star of 7 Little Johnstons admitted that she doesn't bring up her TV appearances in class or with her teachers. So she has no idea how they feel about it or whether they even watch her. I don't let anyone know that I have a TV show at my school, said Emma, adding, I keep things to myself at school because I came to get educated too. Truthfully, it would be challenging to focus in class if everyone was inquiring about your experience with a film crew always hanging around your house. Is Emma Johnston secretly hoping for the show's conclusion, which would explain why she's so reluctant to talk about it with her schoolmates? Reality Tidbit reports that March 2022 marked the beginning of 7 Little Johnstons Season 11. At about the same time, Emma was performing one of her frequent Instagram Q&A sessions when a follower inquired if she knew the total number of seasons they were airing. The jeweler said the family was shooting 20 more episodes before calling it quits. Fans were instantly worried that there would only be a couple more episodes of 7 Little Johnstons due to the fact that 20 episodes is roughly the equivalent of 2 seasons. But as Distractify pointed out, it might just be that the Johnstons are unaware of anything going on outside of these episodes. As of this writing, the show's fate remains unchanged, although Emma's response did cause some longtime viewers to wonder. No need to freak up just now because neither TLC nor any of the other relatives have confirmed anything. Emma probably didn't mean for her reaction to upset anyone either. Emma and her family talk prom after she makes a bold date decision in exclusive sneak peek. 7 Johnston children prom will be more of a girls' night out for Emma Johnston and her cousin Ella. As they get ready for the high school milestone, the adolescent ladies answer their parents' questions regarding prom night and dates in an exclusive sneak look of Tuesday's new episode of the TLC show, which popcultureculture.com exclusively had. Emma has asked Ella to go to the prom with her, so Ella's going to be Emma's date, adds Haiti, Emma's mom, who is Trent Johnston's sister. And I think it's great that you're taking a girlfriend to prom because it's a big deal whether you have a date or not. As they sit down to eat with the 2 prom-bound teens, Trent casually brings up the question of whether Ella would have accepted a prom offer from a lad of ordinary height. On who the boy was, Trent asks in response to Ella's initial statement, "It depends." A simple no from Ella prompts her mom to probe more. Ella admits that she would go just for fun, but she worries if she would go with the right boy. So simply because he was tall, you wouldn't say no? Haiti asks, continuing her line of inquiry. Ella interrupts to reiterate, That wouldn't, impact my decision of wanting to go. It wouldn't prevent you from. For Ella, it depends on who she meets, as Emma confesses to her siblings. It would be wonderful if she could find love with someone who is either small or normal in stature. I think Emma and her are similar in that they're open for either, both average and little people, Sister Anna says, echoing the sentiment. Since Liz Johnston broke up with her boyfriend Bryce Bolden early this season, relationships have played a significant role in 7 Little Johnstons season 14. This means that Bryce and I will not be sharing a home anymore. She announced their separation. Even though we were romantically involved, living together made us feel more like roommates. Plus, I'm not the type to stay in a relationship if there isn't love or, spark, so I couldn't bear to live that way. Lathan was born on November 3, 2023, and the couple revealed they were expecting their first child in September 2023. The future of their relationship is uncertain. This season of the TLC show will follow Liz as she goes through her pregnancy and motherhood. 7 Little Johnstons turned into a Mean Girls convention. Season 15 has been a letdown for 7 Little Johnstons supporters, who feel that Anna Johnston is being marginalized by her family and the online community. On March 13, a social media commenter made the suggestion that Emma Johnston appears to be attending what they called a Mean Girls convention. Both Emma and her brother Alex went online this week, continuing Emma's outspoken support for her sister. The breakup, she claims, is all Anna Johnston's boyfriend's fault. On the other hand, she insisted she'd never met him either. His race was a dead giveaway that he would bring drama to the show, and TLC viewers were right the first time. The 7 Little Johnstons are allegedly using tough love with Anna's partner in the face of allegations that he is abusive. To the contrary, a large number of viewers believe that the antagonistic treatment of the adopted Russian daughter by Emma Johnston and her family was important to the plot. Just recently, on the TLC show, Emma and the rest of the family sported matching, adorable jackets, but Anna chose not to. The wearing of identical jackets while discussing your child or sibling is just insane, according to an OP on Reddit. None of them are any longer bearable to me. Emma was claiming last night that Anna's reluctance to have her boyfriend around wasn't their fault when I overheard her discussing Anna's relationship with her boyfriend. His name is unknown to us. You're completely insane and constantly try to manipulate her. A fan of the 7 Little Johnstons commented, "At this point, I'm honestly convinced Anna only comes around for filming obligations, and that's it." Do you blame her? It's like a mean girl convention. Another person concurred. Many others voiced their disapproval of the poisonous program as well. The family has speculated that Anna Johnston's jealousy stems from her sister Liz's unanticipated pregnancy. But in response, admirers utter phrases like, "as if." However, they couldn't help but wonder what might have happened if Anna had been involved. Despite the hazy backdrop, she appears completely oblivious, according to one reviewer who contributed to the conversation. They ought to create a way for her to film independently at home in the event that she is not given her own show. Although Amber Johnston caused a major commotion when she sought to find a place of her own, Anna was the first child to buy a property and excelled academically. Despite Amber's apparent fondness for Liz and Emma Johnston, she was consistently cruel to Anna throughout the years. That is, according to what TLC viewers perceived. Do you have any opinions? Does it seem like we're heading into a Mean Girls convention with this show? No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.